What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Joe Freshgoods New Balance 1000 from the When Things Were Pure collection in this black ice colorway. This is the latest of many collaborations between Chicago-based creative Joe Freshgoods with New Balance. This time they led the way relaunching the New Balance 1000 Silhouette, which is a model that originally released back in 1999. So this collaboration consisted of two colorways, both of which released on Joe Freshgoods' website on April 11th. So this was released via a raffle with this black ice colorway alongside a pink mink colorway, which was exclusive only to Joe Freshgoods' website. This black pair though, it was followed up with a wider worldwide release, but regardless, both pairs retailed for a price of $170 US, and the Canadian retail price, at least on the New Balance Canada website, was 210 Canadian dollars for this pair. So the official colorway for this shoe is Pirate Black and Nutmeg, and the style code is M1000JF1. And if this colorway looks really familiar to you guys, it was arguably first introduced on the Nike Tuned Max in the Celery colorway, and then that colorway was adopted on the Skepta collaboration on his Air Max 97. So first off, here's a quick look at the box. So this comes in this shiny silver colored cardboard box. We have this large NB branding on the top and Joe Freshgoods branding on the side of the box. And then on the inside lid, we have both Joe Freshgoods and New Balance co-branding, which is done in this stylized fashion. So jumping into the details of the shoe, as we start things off with the toe box, this is covered in this chunky style black colored mesh. Overlaid on the front toe cap, we have this slightly tumbled synthetic leather, and then on the lateral side, we have this reflective 3M layer which is done in this muted olive tone, and then on the medial side, we have this embroidered strip which is also done in that same greenish tone. Moving downwards, covering the mid panel of the shoe, we have these flowy overlays of synthetic leather, and these have an iridescent finish to it, so depending on the angle that you're looking at it in, it ranges from a burgundy to this olive tone. We have this embroidery cutting across the middle, and on the lateral side of the left foot, we have 1000 branding embroidered here, and then embroidered on the right foot, we have the letters JFG. In the middle of the mid panel, we have this translucent TPU New Balance N logo. This is done in this smoky, very dark gray finish. And then above this, for the eyelets, we have these woven nylon eyelets. But then underneath this, we actually have more traditional eyelets here, giving you the opportunity to lace these up two different ways. Moving downwards, covering the heel of the sneaker, we have another overlay of this synthetic leather, and we have this reflective layer here on the lateral side. Covering the bottom of the heel, we have that same iridescent layer that we saw covering the side panels. We have 1000 branding embroidered on the medial side, New Balance branding embroidered right above this, and then on the top of the heel, this is covered in mesh, and we have JFG branding pressed onto the very top in this circular finish. As far as the laces go, so this pair comes with two different lace options. The standard lace that they come with are a rope style lace done primarily in black with these burgundy hits found throughout. And then the secondary lace is inverted. It's more of a reddish colored lace with hits of black within it. Covering the laces, we have another synthetic leather layer here which runs from the top of the tongue all the way to the toe box. And then on the very top of the tongue, we have this flame graphic along with New Balance 1000 branding. The interior of the shoe is covered in mesh, and you'll notice on the heel of the sneaker, we have a secondary layer of padding here as well, which protrudes upwards just a little bit. And then moving on to the insoles, so these come with these custom graphic insoles which have these flame graphics on it. On the left foot, we have New Balance branding, and on the right foot, we have Joe Freshgoods branding. So the upper of the 1000 sits atop this chunky midsole, which is constructed out of two types of foam. So within this midsole, we have polyurethane, along with New Balance's Absorb foam technology. And you notice how this midsole has a very sculpted and dynamic look to it, and it's entirely painted in this very dark gray color. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, so the outsole here is segmented, but it's covered in this gum rubber finish. We have the New Balance N logo on the forefoot and New Balance branding on the heel. And cradling the middle, we have New Balance's Stability Web technology, which is basically a TPU shank plate which helps with torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, so my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. The New Balance 1000 is a shoe that runs pretty long, so I didn't know any better when I entered the raffle. I went true to size, so these are a size 10. Trying them on, however, going true to size, it left me just over a thumb's width space between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe. For some people, that might be okay with you. For me though, I find that to be a little bit too long lengthwise. So if you didn't catch my review of the GR silver and black colorway, which I posted on my channel already, for that pair, I went a half size down with those. And yes, they feel a little bit more cramped in the toe box, but the length going half size down fit me a lot better. So if you have a narrow, normal, or even a slightly wide foot, I feel like if you like more of a snug one-to-one fit, go a half size down. But if you have a wider foot and you like more of a spacious toe box, then just stick true to size and you should be okay. To give you guys a point of comparison, I also go true to size or a size 10 in other New Balance silhouettes like the 1906R, 860 V2, 2002R, 991, and the 1500. Whereas I go a half size down to a 9.5 in most made in USA models like the 992, 993, the 990 V3, V4, V5, and V6. Moving on to the comfort, so these were surprisingly comfortable. If you haven't tried a New Balance 1000 before, looks can be deceiving. Initially, when I first saw the product images online, I was expecting a shoe that feels a lot more stiff and clunky. However, the midsole on this shoe is actually surprisingly soft. It has a decent plushness to it, so right when you take these out of the box and try them on, you can feel the compression of this foam, especially underneath the heel. To me, it kind of reminds me of the cushioning setup of the Zoom Vomero 5, specifically the plushness of the foam. And while it's not going to be the most comfortable sneaker that New Balance offers, I feel like the 990 series and the 992, 993 are arguably more comfortable because they offer a greater balance of cushioning and support. These are no slouch either. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality was really nothing special. Everything on this shoe is synthetic, even though they try to utilize synthetic materials that appear to be actual leather. But unfortunately, nothing about this shoe is premium. I do appreciate though the iridescent finish on the upper, but this is just more of a cosmetic thing than an actual indication of material quality. But from a build and craftsmanship standpoint, for the most part, this pair was pretty flawless. The stitch job was good, the panels were stitched on consistently between both feet. There were some minor issues with glue stains around the midsole where it connects to the upper, but to me there was nothing major I had to complain about. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet, I'll lace them up for you, and I'll show you guys how these look. Like a lot of Joe Freshgoods' past collaborations with New Balance, there's a lot of chatter about his designs, some good, some bad. I can see a lot of people hating the 1000, but at the same time, a lot of people loving it as well. For me though, between the two pairs that he released, I definitely prefer the pink mint colorway a lot more. I just like brighter base sneakers. Whereas this one, yes, it is kind of a classic colorway with its ties to the Air Tune Max and the Skepta Air Max 97, but I've never been super in love with the tones. I appreciate the iridescent finish to it and how it looks a little bit different depending on the angle you're looking at it in, but the colorway in itself just really isn't for me. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this Joe Freshgoods New Balance 1000 and this black ice colorway? For anyone watching, were you able to grab these for retail? Did you luck out and get the pink mint colorway as well? Or were you not feeling either of the pairs and you passed on them altogether? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on X at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.